Okay, so you may want, and indeed it's quite a strong trend nowadays to go for robo-advisors. So I did the experiment and I went to one leading firm in terms of robo-advising and for the strategic asset allocation. And basically I was given roughly 10 questions and I answered them, and the output was a recommended asset allocation. So I'm going to show you here 4 set of answers because I had obviously an idea when I went on the website and answered the questions. And I will show you a couple of simulations and you will see what the impact of age and wealth is for the robot. So called simulation 1. Go for high returns, go for high octane. So on the website, I was asked how old I was. I cheated a little bit and I said, I'm 49. What do you mean I cheated? I didn't cheat, 49, okay? I was asked my revenue, so I said $1,000, okay. Wealth, $500,000. Becomes interesting, right? Objective, what is your objective as an investor? I said, I shoot for maximum gains. Okay. And just to double check whether I really am that kind of aggressive type of investor, the site, the robot asks me, what would you do if the market fell by 10%? Then poof, right back, I hit and I say, I'd buy more. Okay. So once I give all these answers to the robot, he comes back and gives me this asset allocation. You see bonds, 13%, tips. We mentioned that. Those are treasury inflation-protected securities, or also bonds, but that hedge against the inflation risk. And we also have so-called high-yielding bonds, so less quality, therefore more yield, more income. And you see a total allocation to fixed income of 21%, i.e. a total allocation to risky assets of the rest to 100, i.e. 79%. So I did a second set of answers and I called this simulation 2, ain't it risky? Isn't it risky? Okay. So I'm still 49. Okay. Yes, I'm 49. I still have $100,000 as a revenue. I still have $500,000 as wealth, but I'm not that kind of risk lover person. I'm actually quite risk averse. Okay. So here and in objective, I say, I want to minimize losses. And just to make sure, what do you do if the market tumbles 10%? I sell all. I get rid of all my risky investment. The robo understands what kind of investor I am. And you see here, it gives me an allocation of 35, 6, 8 of these various categories of bonds for a total of 49% in bonds, i.e. just 51% in equities. So far, so good. Simulation 1, I want high returns. I have to accept more risk, a greater allocation to risky assets. Simulation 2, I don't like risk, so I will have more less risky assets like fixed income. Okay, and now comes the influence of age and wealth, okay? Wealth first, all right. So simulation 3 is actually, you know what, I'm Swiss, you know. Swiss can be, not the only ones, but can be quite wealthy, right? So I'm still 49. I still make $100,000. That's just pocket money, you know. 4, I have a wealth of 50 million. Now you're talking, right? 50 million. Whoa. Okay, what is your objective? Maximum gains. I still want to make more money. You know, I'm rich, but I want to make more money. Hence, if the market tumbles 10%, I buy more. All right. Now, if we believe in market efficiency and if we are all homo economicus, I should be getting the same allocation as when I said I only had $500,000 wealth, right? The wealth should not impact my asset allocation. Now let's see what the robot has to say to this. And you see here the various allocations, 6% to bonds, 10% to high yield bonds, 16% only to fixed income assets. And plus the composition of these fixed income assets has changed dramatically from simulation 1, because here you see you have very few of the risk-free, shall we say, or very low risky bonds and a higher proportion of high yield bonds. So with simulation 3 here, we have a very high allocation to risky assets of 84%. Okay. And last but not least, let's have a look at the impact of age on the asset allocation according to the robo-advisors. So basically, I went on the site and I gave my true age. You know, it's not 49, alas. But if you combine my wealth with simulation 3, you might actually, some people might actually be more interested to have the age, my age of 88, right? 88. $100,000 is still my income. But, and I also have, well, actually I only have $500,000, sorry, wealth. And I want to minimize losses. So simulation 4 has to be compared with simulation 2. And normally, if age does not impact our asset allocation, because again, market efficiency and homo economicus and all that, well, you see here it does changes, and quite dramatically so. For the fixed income allocation jumps from 49 to 75%. So here it's quite funny, because this robo-advisor actually is a firm which believes in market efficiency. So they don't come with active funds. They actually only promote passive investments. But they have these influences of age and wealth, which would make you think that it's actually more in the active asset allocation camp, or the camp of those who do not adhere strictly to market efficiency and homo economicus. So in conclusions, we saw with these two sets of videos that both our age and our wealth do matter when we have to take decisions for our strategic asset allocation. The wealthier we are, the less risk-averse we tend to be. And the older we get, the more risk-averse we become. Okay. And last but not least, we saw that robo-advisors actually also do take into account age and wealth when shaping the strategic asset allocation decision.